Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone, boys and girls. I'm really happy to be here with you this morning. And I want to thank you all very much for coming. How many of you here know who Terry Fox is? Just put up your hands. This is always amazing. I'm not going to ask you other aspects of your history, but I always find it's amazing because no matter how old you are, everybody knows who Terry Fox is. And I think that says something very, very important about him. And I won't be long, I promise. I just wanted to thank this wonderful hall for working with us in this exhibition. We had a very large one in Ottawa, and sometimes we can't travel all the exhibitions everywhere, but in Ottawa we had over 200,000 people come and see this show at our National Museum. And we're traveling in, and it's been in 8 venues and another 6. And we think that many hundreds of thousands of Canadians will learn a little bit more about Terry. And you'll hear a lot about him. You've already heard some great comments about him. I thought I would just share with you something a little bit different about Terry when I talk to you about him. And what I'd ask you to think about is this. When people come through the exhibition, and I think you'll see it too, they come away with almost a transformation. They have sometimes a very emotional impact. And it isn't just raising awareness about cancer research, but it's just also about Terry and what he did. And this morning I was, in preparation of wanting to talk to you and not give you a long, boring speech, I was wondering, why is it that you all know who he is 35 years after his passing? And why does he conjure up these vivid images? You all know what he looks like. And even for many of us, raw emotion. And I think part of it is because he ran silently, at first with little recognition. And as one of the speakers just said, he ran a marathon every single day. And you know what you need to know is that in those days when he was doing that, there was no social media, nobody had an iPad, there was no internet, nobody had a cell phone. He was alone out there running across Canada. And the only reason that the information picked up about who he was and what he was doing, really at the beginning, Darryl, I think you'd agree, was the reliance on old traditional reporters and just people in communities and cities along the way who said, hey, look what this young man is doing. And they shared his story. And you know what? He was just like you. This, to me, is the beauty of the Terry Fox story. He didn't have a lot of experience. He had big goals and dreams, and he just did it. He just got out and did it. And one of our journalists who was talking about Terry a number of years ago, she said, he embodies the most cherished Canadian values: compassion, commitment, and perseverance. And today when we're talking about values of being Canadian, maybe those are the 3 that are the most important: compassion, commitment, and perseverance. And we could learn those things from Terry. He really was an ordinary person doing an ordinary thing. And if you see those pictures of him and in the video, and those of us who are old enough to remember him, he had that curly-haired, freckled-faced look. And if you looked on his face, it was a mixture, at least it seemed to me, of pain and determination about what it was he really wanted to do for his fellow man. So I just wanted to share those thoughts with you. I hope that you will enjoy this exhibition about Terry, I think our greatest Canadian. And I wanted to thank you all for coming today and to thank the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame for showing this exhibition to those of you in Calgary. And I hope you'll tell your friends and family all about it, and you can come and learn a little more about Terry Fox and really what he's done as a great humanitarian and an athlete and a great Canadian. Thank you very much, everyone.